You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football and Turkish Super League Podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Turgut. Welcome to another edition of Turkish Football and Turkish Super League Podcast. Next 15 minutes, we'll recap Week 13, and we'll talk about Week 14 coming up starting this Friday. First, recapping Week 13. In the Week 13, there was a derby match went on, and in total of matches in the Week 13, 34 goals scored. Only one away team won their match. That's the Kayserispor beat Gaziantep in Gaziantep. And there were 3 ties and 5 home wins. So it was a pretty good as far as scoring goes. And probably the most goal score match was between Antalyaspor and Fatih Karagümrük. Antalyaspor beat Fatih Karagümrük 4-2. Now, the biggest match of the weekend was Galatasaray Besiktas derby played on Saturday, and Galatasaray beat Besiktas 2-1, even though Besiktas scored first, but Galatasaray tied, and 2 goals from Icardi. World-famous Argentinian player Icardi had a sensational game, especially with had a goal, was the most talked goal in this past weekend. I really think that Besiktas for a while in the first half played better. They had more control of the ball, but the second half, Galatasaray looked much better than Besiktas. Their weapons were better. Icardi was clicking with their players. So I think, as I mentioned to you in my last podcast, the 12th man, the fans were going to be a factor in this match. Indeed, that's what happened. It's very hard to win in Galatasaray Stadium against when you play against Galatasaray, when any team plays them. But after winning this match, Galatasaray really took a deep breathing room, because if they were to tie this match or lost this match, you know that pressure was going to be on Okan Buruk, and it was good win for them, even though in this match, again, we've been talking about the referees. Turkish referees are making, very bad mistakes. In this game, for both ways, there were a lot of mistakes by referee. So overall, Week 13 ended, and after Week 13 ended, Fenerbahce winning their matches on Monday against Sivasspor. Both teams, they played in the European competition. That's why they played on Monday. And also Istanbul Başakşehir played their matches on Monday against Hatayspor. But Başakşehir lost 2 points. They had a draw against Hatayspor. So that was a 3-3 score. Hatayspor needed this match. And I mentioned to you in the Week 13, we could see a surprising scores. This was one of them. But the most surprising score came from Trabzon and Konya-Trabzonspor match. While Trabzonspor was winning 2-1, and Konyaspor tied in the last very minutes of the match, and the game ended 2-2. So Trabzonspor, after playing their matches in a Thursday match in the European competition at home, they tied against Konyaspor. And overall, Week 13 started on Friday. There were 2 matches on Friday, 2 matches on Saturday, 3 matches on Sunday, and there were 2 matches on Monday. Adana Demirspor had a bye, and they did not play. So overall, looking at it, Ümraniye, first time this season, after 13 weeks, they have won a match. So there's a little hope for Ümraniye. They beat Alanyaspor 3-1. On Friday also Kasımpaşa tied with Ankaragücü 1-1. Saturday Giresunspor was at home against newcomer Istanbulspor. Giresunspor won this match 3-2. On Saturday, like I said, Galatasaray was at home against Besiktas, and this match was, as I said before, was for this second place match. Galatasaray beat Besiktas and captured the second place. On Sunday, Gaziantep was at home, lost to Kayserispor. Antalyaspor at home won against Karagümrük. Trabzonspor at home tied with Konyaspor. Monday, Hatayspor, İstanbul Başakşehir tied 3-3. Fenerbahçe beat Sivasspor 1-0. So after these matches, after week 13 ended, Fenerbahçe on top with 29 goals. Fenerbahçe scored 35 goals so far. The second place team is Başakşehir with Galatasaray. They both have 24 points, even though Başakşehir did not play. And fourth place team, Adana Demirspor, with 23 points. And actually, I'll take it back. Başakşehir did play. They only earned 1 point. That's why they're tied for second, third place with 24 points. Adana Demirspor did not play, and they have 23 points, and they're in fourth place. Fifth place team, Kayserispor, with 23 points. Kayserispor and Galatasaray made a big jump from after winning their matches on week 13. Galatasaray moved from fifth place to third place, and Kayserispor from eighth place, and they moved to fifth place. Sixth place team, Besiktas, with 22 points. Seventh place team is Trabzonspor with 22 points. Eighth place team, Konyaspor losing blood with 21 points. Ninth place team, Antalya with 16 points, along with Alanyaspor. They both have 16 points. The bottom of the barrel, the last team in the standings, Ümraniye, after winning their first match, they have 6 points now. Istanbulspor has 8 points. Sivasspor with 10 points. Hatayspor with 11. Giresun, Ankaragücü, Fatih Karagümrük all have 12 points. So before we go into week 14, and week 14 will start on Friday, but as we speak today, especially Tuesday, Turkish Cup games are, the fourth round Turkish Cup games are playing. From Turkish Super League teams, a couple of them played today. No surprises. Almost we had a surprise because after Galatasaray beating Besiktas today, they almost lost to Ofspor, the third division team from Black Sea region. Gave a hard time to Galatasaray in Galatasaray Stadium. They scored the first goal, and then Galatasaray tied the match, and they scored a second goal, and the match ended 2-1. So there will be matches on Wednesday, Thursday, before we go into week 14 in the Turkish Super League. So far, there's no surprises, but like I said, a third division team, the way they played against Galatasaray today, if Galatasaray would have played like this against Besiktas, they would have lost that match. But Galatasaray missed a lot of chances, at least probably 7-8. In the Besiktas match, too, they had at least 3 or 4 off-the-post shots. Besiktas, they have to change the style of the play. Weghorst on top by himself can't do this. They have to have better weapons if they want to score more goals. And coming to week 14, as I said before, week 14 will start on Friday. Ankaragücü will host Trabzonspor. Ankaragücü will be at home. And second match of Friday, Alanyaspor will be at home against Adana Demirspor. This should be a very interesting match. And the weekend, on Saturday, there are 3 matches. And probably the match of the weekend will be between Başakşehir and Galatasaray. Huge match. Both teams are with 24 points, and they're in second and third place with same points. This should be a match of the weekend. It should be a very good match. They are playing in Başakşehir Stadium, so we'll see what happens over there, but you could count on this. I think Başakşehir has a good weapons to score goals, and Galatasaray, if they play the way they played against Besiktas, look for Galatasaray to win this match. And Sivasspor will be at home against Ümraniye, and Fenerbahçe, Turkish Super League top team Fenerbahçe, will be at home against Giresunspor. On Sunday, Fatih Karagümrük will host Gaziantep, and Fatih Karagümrük has 12 points, and Gaziantep has 15 points. Istanbulspor will be hosting Hatayspor, and this should be very close to each other. The points, 8 points Istanbulspor has, and Hatayspor has only 11 points. So this should be an interesting match also. Kayseri will be at home against Konya. Another very close point. Kayseri, the team that has been winning last 5 matches, has 23 points, and Konya with 21 points. On Sunday's last match, Besiktas will be at home against Antalya. Besiktas with 22 points and Antalyaspor with 16 points. So Besiktas playing at home with the 12th man on their side. They should have no problem winning this match. But you got to figure out, Antalyaspor's got a good weapon. They score a lot of goals. And American U.S. national team player Haji Wright has been scoring goals, and against this past weekend against Fatih Karagümrük, he scored a beautiful header goal, and I would say along with his goal and Icardi's goal against Besiktas, probably the goal of the week. If you ask me, I think Icardi's header goal was better, but Haji Wright's goal was exactly same, hitting the ball with his head and giving a different direction to the ball and sending it to a corner of the goal. So pretty much, like I said, there were 34 goals scored, and a lot of these goals, especially in Konyaspor match, Antalyaspor match, and Galatasaray Besiktas match, even Kayseri match, there were a lot of good goals that we've seen. That's why I think this is the second weekend so far in this young season. I know that a couple weeks ago we had 37 goals scored in one weekend. Now with this past weekend in week 13, we had 34 goals. Let's see if week 14 will bring a lot of goals in these matches. And Kasımpaşa will have a bye in week 14. So pretty much after week 14, we'll have a break because of the World Cup matches coming up. And then I think Turkish Super League starts that weekend, December 24th or 25th. Until then, there won't be any matches in the Turkish Super League. Teams will have friendly matches while getting ready for the week 15. And after week 15 starts, I think if Fenerbahçe, the way that they're going right now, they open the gap on top. The gap between Başakşehir and Galatasaray is 5 points. Fenerbahçe with 29 points, and they scored the most goals so far, 35 goals. And Fenerbahçe with their coach doing good, and they're doing good in the European competitions, and they will probably play in the Turkish Cup. And then I know that Besiktas and all Trabzonspor all have matches in the fourth round in the Turkish Cup matches. Like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, they will play these matches, and then week 14 start on Friday. So pretty busy week, and will be pretty busy weekend coming up in the week 14. We'll see you after these matches played. We'll recap week 14, and then we'll talk more about it. And this is TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your